Great. Thank you very much for that introduction, Ignatius. I am going to share my screen with all of you. I've got a very small PowerPoint presentation I'd like to run through with you. So I am assuming that you can all see this at this point. Ignatius, looks like it's visible.
I can see it, yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so everybody, welcome to the first National Virtual Haiku Society of America conference. Is my screen still sharing here? Looks like it went off.
Somebody else tried to screen share.
Okay, so we can't have additional screen sharing going on here.
Participants don't have to do anything. Just sit there and Jay will share his screen with you.
Okay, here we are again. All right, so yes, we ask that everybody please mute your mic and turn off your video, as well as not sharing your screen. So the default setting should have been that everybody's muted in that capacity. So I'd like to start off by just giving a very short presentation here. I want to welcome you all and say greetings to begin with. This is our first ever virtual conference, so it's very exciting. We have 7 very acclaimed and talented presenters who are going to be with us today, and up 100 participants from around the world who are going to be with us. In fact, we even had up to something like 20 people who are waiting in the wings. So maybe next time we'll upgrade our Zoom capacity to include even more. So we're very happy we've got a very good response to this. We're going to be looking at a wide span of topics and workshops today. And this is going to be an all-day event. It's going to be running starting today, 10:45, then going all the way to this evening at 7 p.m. And for those of you who are watching in different time zones across the United States or around the world, please remember that the times that were published in the schedule were all for US East Coast times. So to begin with, everybody is facing some degree of hardships today, given the ongoing circumstances. And this is unfortunate in these days of pandemic. We can't really get face-to-face. We can't share emotionally and socially with one another the way that we would like to. And community and connection, of course, is always very important to artists, and art as a form is a way of expressing our feelings and sharing with one another. So, you know, the need to do this, the number of pandemic poems that have come out has shown the amount of suffering and also the amount of resilience and that people have shown over these past few months. So art is a way of expressing ourselves, and I'm hoping that we have now this electronic way of being able to connect with one another and share our art and share our experiences with one another. Okay, so as part of this introduction, I'd like to give you an update on some of the events that are taking place at the Society, show you some of the new things that are happening here, and then after that, give you a brief sketch of some of the ground rules behind today's events, as well as the role that presenters and participants, as well as hosts, are going to play in today's proceedings. Okay. So we have a number of ongoing initiatives today at the Haiku Society of America. The first of these is an expanded social media presence. If you have not yet done so, please check out our Facebook site. I've made a conscientious effort to increase the number of postings to Facebook, sharing news that's going on from around the haiku world. Also, we are beginning just now also to post poems from Frog Pond onto our Twitter and Instagram sites. So We're hoping to engage people with some of the poetry that you all are creating and submitting to the journal, and then sharing that in a wider sense with the electronic community. So we have increased postings and news that are ongoing in our social media channels. And we also have now just recently put in a new section in the newsletter called the In the Spotlight. So you may have seen that. The In the Spotlight section is sort of a journalistic piece. It features in-depth stories of people and events in and outside the HSA. I thought that, you know, in addition to just getting news of what's happening in society itself, that people might want to know in a little more detail what's happening, you know, within the community, within the Haiku Society community, but also internationally. So we're going to feature in-depth stories of people, of blogs, of journals, of subjects in haiku that go beyond just American level haiku. And in that vein, if you're interested in sharing either your story or a story of somebody you know, for example, maybe you know somebody who's you know, been a member of HSA for like 30 years and they've made vast contributions, and you would like to share their story, ask them. Maybe you can write something up on them. So if you feel that you do have a story like that to contribute, just please contact me, send me an email at the address that you see on your screen down at the bottom there. And I'd be happy to work with you on working up like a, you know, about one page in length story that we can feature every month in the newsletter. Okay, so continuing on our updates, I'm happy to announce now that we have many back issues of the anthology that are available. And these are on Amazon, and they're available on print demand, on demand, and in Kindle formats. And so this is going back a span of years. So if you want extra copies of an anthology, or maybe you missed an anthology you'd like to add to your collection, you can get onto Amazon, do a search, and you will see that these are now available for very low cost. So you can order a print copy, or if you're more electronically inclined, we also have Kindle formats available. Okay, some other new stuff going on. You, of course, I think are aware that we have created the first ever Gary Gay Renge contest. We announced the winners for that recently. This is now a new and ongoing annual award. And so we're very happy to introduce this new form of Renku, this new simplified Renku format, which is, I think, attractive to a large number of people. And so we encourage you to contribute to that. We actually did get quite a number of responses, so we were excited to see how many submissions we got. And so we'd like to continue to see that, and that's going to be an ongoing annual contest along with the other contests that we run. Some other news regarding the contest is that we have unlimited submissions to our other contests. So Haiku, Senryu, and Haibun contests are still open. Those deadlines are at the end of this month, and you can now submit as many poems for that as you like. Also, the American Haiku Archives, which was established July 12th of 1996, is the official archive for the Haiku Society of America. And we are just about to announce who the new honorary curator will be for the 2020-2021 term. So please stay tuned for more news about that we're going to announce fairly soon. In the last newsletter, you may have noticed that we included a link to an online survey. So this is the first time we've ever also done an online survey. Now we want to solicit your comments, feedbacks, and suggestions on the society. This is democracy. We want to know how you think we are doing. So tell us, what do you think we're doing right? What do you like about the society? Are there areas where you think there's room for improvement? If you did not already submit your responses to that, just go back to the newsletter, scroll down, you'll see there's a link there. Click on that link. It will take you to a Google Forms web page. There are 10 very easy questions, fill in the blank, one multiple choice. It's completely anonymous, so your name will not be recorded. None of your personal data is going to be recorded. So you can give us your feedback, and we are going to take that seriously. We're going to take that information, we're going to use it to make changes to the society because we want to serve. We do want to serve you better. Okay. So regarding today's event, just a little bit of a rundown here to provide you with some structure for how the protocol, how the procedures are going to work. A detailed schedule and program was put out in the last newsletter. So you should have a list, an abbreviated list of who the speakers are and what times they're going to be presenting. Each of the presentations is going to last 50 minutes with a 10 minutes in between break time. And most of these presentations are going to begin with actual content, so a PowerPoint lecture or presentation of high-def images, and then typically they're going to then follow, either be interspersed with or follow at the end of the content. There will be a question and answer session, or what we call an interactive session, and that's where you get to give us, again, your input. So if you have a poem that you want to share, if you have a question for the speaker, you can just click on the chat button, type something in over there, and that will appear, and then the host will take that question and the presenter will answer it. Okay. One minor note on that: when you use the chat function and you type in your question, please address it to the host, not to the presenter for the session. Okay, they will then read off your name, read off your question, and then the presenter will kind of take over and respond to it. Okay, so each session is going to be moderated by a host. So the host will disappear during the presentation, but you'll see them appear during the interactive period. The host plays a number of roles, okay? They're going to admit participants from the waiting rooms. So if you are logged in, you can stay logged in all day. That's the beauty of this, is that you do not have to log on and come back in. If you do that, you're going to have to be readmitted from the waiting room by the host for that session, and there might be a short delay. So you're better off just, if you're already participating, just don't do anything, leave your computer as it is, and you can stay logged in all day long. The hosts are also going to introduce the speaker. They'll list the speaker's name, the title, and a brief description of the topic of their talk. And then, of course, they will field those questions during that formal presentation phase. Okay. We ask that when you use this chat function also that you don't transmit to everyone, because then it's going to appear, it'll appear on everyone, and that could be a little bit confusing. Okay, so just to clarify the way things are going to work here, participants' microphones and video cameras normally are set to mute. We don't want to occupy too much bandwidth and have distracting audio and video coming in. So if you've not done so, please turn off your mic, turn off your video camera. These can be turned on by the host when you're asking a question, but please note that this is at your discretion, okay? So if you want to ask a question and you want to be seen, let the host know. They can turn on your camera and mic, and then you will appear to the universe. Everybody will be able to see you. If you feel uncomfortable doing that, then please let the host know, and then your questions will just appear in the chat box, okay, in the chat section of the Zoom window. Okay, and please also note that today's sessions are being recorded. You're getting all of this video recorded. We're hopefully going to put it up on a YouTube channel, or definitely a link to our website. So in case you missed a session, you need not worry, you'll be able to go and view it later. Okay, so we're just going to finish up here. If you have any questions, poems, or contents at the end of the presentation, as we said, just enter into the chat. The host will turn your mic and camera on. Time is limited. Questions are first come, first serve. Please, if you did not get a chance to ask a question of the presenter, don't worry. They're going to leave their contact information so you can email them later or go to their social media site and be able to follow up. We only have, in general, about 10 minutes or so worth of question time, in some cases more. So unfortunately, not everybody will be able to ask a question. We hope to be able to carry that over and that you can have interaction with the presenter kind of more one-on-one after the conference if you don't get a chance. Okay, so then let the show begin. I would ask that you consult the list of participant guidelines sent in your invitation letter if you have any questions about the procedures. There is a scheduled lunch break that's going to take place at 2 p.m. So from 2 to 3, you can go off, get some coffee, get something to eat. And of course, you can participate in as many or as few sessions as you like. You can go at it the whole day. We know some people are. That takes a lot of stamina. You can go in for one session or however many sessions you feel that you are interested in. And as I'd indicated before, if you log out, then you're gonna have to log back in again. So it's better off just leaving yourself logged in the entire day if you plan on coming back. Okay, so it plans to be a very exciting day. I'm very interested in seeing these speakers. And to keep ourselves on track here, I am going to bid you all adieu. Thank you very much. A round welcome of applause both to our presenters, our hosts, and the rest of the participants that are here today. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for participating, making this event possible. And we look forward to some very exciting speakers. So thanks very much. See you later.